Love the drama here at Comerica Park. 3 one-run wins for JaCoby Jones and the Tigers so far this season. He's a huge reason. Before we get to that big fly that you hit, take me through your approach, considering you were drilled in the jaw last night. You come back tonight, 2 doubles and the homer. You just kind of dig it in there in that batter's box. What's the mental approach in a situation like that?
I mean, that's just where we play. You just got to, I mean, that's the chance you take getting in the box. I mean, it's scary getting hit in the mouth. I mean, I got hit in the face in 17, and that was just a scary moment. And then yesterday getting hit in the face, the helmet actually. So, I mean, it's scary, but I mean, my mentality is to go out there and compete and keep doing it. I mean, it is what it is. Just try to get out of the way, but if you don't, then hopefully no long-term injuries happen.
JaCoby, you can never relax on defense. You're a tremendous center fielder. I know that you take a lot of pride in that. They've already made a couple great catches, but tonight I can't compliment you enough, just like Shep just said, to be hit like that and then to bounce back and then ultimately get the game-winning home run. Take us through that last at-bat. I think it was a fastball out over the plate.
Right, yeah, it was, and I was telling Maven and Nico and them, I was actually sitting on off-speed every single pitch. So I mean, if he would have threw me fastballs 3 pitches right down the middle, I mean, I would have probably struck out. But I mean, I was sitting on off-speed just by facing him in the past. He threw me a lot of off-speed and he came in with heaters. But I mean, yeah, my hands are fast enough, so I mean, I don't got to try to do too much. And I mean, that showed off right there that I was sitting on off-speed and he just came with a heater and I just put my hands on it and put a good swing on it. And
sure did.
So I mean,
how about the gumption that this team has shown? What's that telling you about this club, to be down 4-0 and come back and win it by 1?
Oh, that's huge. I mean, Gardy always preaches that the game's not over until it's over. So just keep fighting, keep battling, and with our lineup, we can be pretty dangerous, especially when Miggy starts swinging the bat like he is. I mean, right now, I mean, he's hitting the ball hard, but he's not getting any hits, he's not doing what Miggy's capable of doing. And then we got Cron, who scuffled the last couple of games, but when those guys get hot and Nico starts getting hot, I mean, our lineup could be super dangerous. And then our pitching staff so far has helped us out tremendously, keeping us in the game. And they've done a fantastic job, and our bullpen's done tremendous. So, I mean, if we just keep this up, I mean, never know what could happen. We're on a good roll right now, so we just got to keep playing defense, keep pitching, and keep scratching runs on the board.
You want to say hi to your little one at home real quick?
Oh, yeah, they're watching. Hey, Cass. Hey, Naomi. I'm sure that my Bulldog's watching with them, so
way to go.
Congratulations on a great start, JaCoby.
Thank you so much.
Hell of a job. He said he feels good, he looks really good, and so do the Tigers now at 4-2.
Hey, Matt, you're always such a positive guy. I'm curious what you take away from tonight, and if you see things tonight that you can already pinpoint in how to grow from the outing.
Yeah. You know, there's every outing there's always things to get better in, and like tonight, for instance, there's a handful of things I can't control, a handful of things that I know that I can continue to do. You know, one thing that I just running away from my fastball a little bit. Fastball was going a little bit this way at times instead of up and down. And, you know, I know how to continue to make that adjustment. Pick up my tempo. Tempo is one thing that, you know, if my tempo, you know, so much benefits from having, you know, good tempo in between pitches. When you have that good tempo in between pitches, it carries over to your delivery. You know, you get that tempo flowing in your delivery, gets your offense back in the field, back in the dugout faster. And then they're grabbing the bats faster, you know, and, you know, feeling more comfortable in the box instead of being on their feet so much and out on the field. So, you know, there's a few things that are under my control. You know, there's other things that, you know, you never can do change when, you know, not going to control what's going to happen when they hit the ball, right? But you can't control certain aspects of it. Like for me, staying through the baseball, I know I can do that. I can speed up my tempo, and you know, there's some of those things that, you know, they may not guarantee anything in the stat line, but there's ways that I can improve my game, and yeah, going to go forward and you know, work on that stuff tomorrow.
When you have clutch hitting like you guys have had, and in an outing like this that goes the way it went for you, and you've got those guys behind you doing what they did in the late innings, how much sweeter does it make a night when things don't start the way you wanted them to?
Yeah, well, it's awesome. You know, you never know what run is going to win or lose a ball game, right? That's why you just keep attacking one pitch at a time. You know, there were, like tonight, there were some things that, you know, I was just staying one pitch at a time. Maybe the results were like we wanted. But, you know, you're going in there and just whether it's, a few guys came in, there's still a guy on second, or, whatever the situation, you still got to attack one pitch at a time and, give everybody a chance. And that's the thing is, we got that thump in the lineup, and one swing of the bat can change anything for us. So you got to go out there and just keep attacking, and you never know what run is going to win or lose a ball game. So, we did a good job at keeping it at 4. Lots of room to grow for me in there, obviously, but then we come back and we hit a few big home runs, and Goody gets a good sac fly in there, and then before you know it, it's a tie ball game, and then Jonesy crushes one out of there. So that's man, it's fun. We're never out of it, and as a pitching side, that's why you stay on the attack. Regardless of what you got, you just attack.
Hey Bryan, what's it feel like to get your first major league win? And I was wondering, did you get any memento or game ball or anything, or is that against protocols right now to keep the game balls?
It was awesome. I mean, you love, getting your team a win and pitching well and putting your team in a position to win. Haven't gotten anything yet, but yeah, maybe it's against, all these protocols and stuff.
There's been a bunch of close games early in the season, so there's been a lot of, the bullpen has been in a lot of high leverage opportunities. How good has it been to see the bullpen step up in so many big opportunities in the young season so far?
I mean, yeah, it's great. We love to see each other do well. I think we're doing a really good job of keeping our team in the game and working pretty quickly, being efficient. So that always helps. It keeps the guys in the dugout on their feet.
Thank you.
Thanks, Evan. Again, if you have a question for Bryan, please put that in the chat. We'll next go to Jason Beck from MLB.com.
Yeah, hi, Bryan. It looked like tonight your slider was going pretty good. How much of a work in progress has that been for you, and where do you think it is at this point?
The good ones are right where I want them, but it's the ones that back up on me that kind of piss me off still a little bit. I mean, I threw a pretty good one on Merrifield to start. Not my best, obviously, but it's first pitch of the outing, first pitch of the inning. So just trying to get a strike there. Then after that, I think I threw one more bad one, but. Yeah, I feel really good with it. Just keep working. If it didn't feel great the day before, get off the mound the next day, even before the game, work on it, throw a couple just to grab feel for it. It's just a big feel pitch, so you gotta feel exactly like how you're doing. And my thing is I gotta stay on top of it. So when I roll over it is when I kind of start throwing these cement mixers that can get hit. So just staying on top and working with Andy and Pico.
And it seems like there's after Joe and Buck, there's a lot of you guys who can fill a lot of different roles. What's that feeling like, especially for somebody who was a college closer? How does it keep you on your toes, and what's the sense of camaraderie in the bullpen right now?
Oh, the sense is, next man up. Whoever gets that name called, you got, the new rule this year, you got at least 3 batters, so it's your inning pretty much. So you got to be locked in and ready to go. I think we're doing a great job, and it's going to come down to who they think fits best for the batters coming up. Then we just got to be ready when our name is called.
Thank you.
We'll go to Trevor Thompson from Fox Sports Detroit.
Hey Bryan, if you could just talk a little bit more about what you were saying about knowing you're going to have 3 batters, how that allows you to maybe settle in as far as your mindset going out there, or just how it does affect your approach, just knowing that when you go to the mound.
I think I never had to deal with it, but a lot of guys, especially lefty specialists, that was a big part of the game for a while. They had to go in there and get their one guy, and then somebody would come and get them, and they knew what their role is. So now I think it does kind of take some pressure off. You got a whole inning. It's pretty much a whole inning. You got at least 3 batters to work with. So you just go out there and try to get ahead and get that first guy out, and you put yourself in a good position for the rest of the inning.
Do you have a thought on how that might affect manager strategy and things like that in the closing innings? Do you guys talk about that more in your pitching meetings and things like that?
We haven't. I think it's just going to come down to who they think fits best against those guys. If we had a lefty coming up, we're probably going to throw a lefty, or 3 lefties coming up, we're probably going to throw a lefty. You also got to know. You got to kind of guess what the other manager is going to do if you got a left, right, left coming up, but it's bottom of the lineup. They might be pinch hitting, so you got to kind of base it off of that. What do you think the other manager is going to do?
Hi, Ron.
Just wanted to ask you again about JaCoby Jones. We talked about him before the game, and then he comes up with 3 huge extra base hits. How good do you feel for him tonight after what he went through last night?
Well, you know what? He's been swinging good. Good short swing, using the whole field, driving the baseball. And, you know, he plays a dominant center field. So, you know what? He's feeling really good. And you know, we poke fun at each other all the time. I asked him why he didn't tag up on the 1 ball when he was at second. And he said he wanted to stay out there so Cabrera could knock him in. I said, that's fine. I'm just kidding with you, son. So we're having a good time. He's having a good time.
And your bullpen is obviously instilling confidence in the rest of your team. How important is it when the team has confidence in that area being taken care of?
Well, yeah. And you know what? We do have confidence in a lot of guys out there that come in and have done the job. Bryan was fantastic tonight. Came in and the ball was really jumping out of his hand. And Buck, of course, did his thing. So Schreiber was really good, facing a good part of the lineup also. So, and then you close it out with Hemi. So, you know, if you've got those options, we didn't use, you know, a couple of guys out there, Soto today, which was good. And you know, we have options again for tomorrow. So, you know, if we can stay in these games, it'd be better if we open up a lead where we can relax a little bit. But you know what? They're going good right now. They're throwing the ball well.
Thanks, Ron.
Our next question comes from Chris McCoskey of the Detroit News.
Ron, back to JaCoby for just a second. When you're getting that kind of production from the 9 spot in your order, can you just talk about the effect that has? Because it seems to kind of generate a lot of things through the order that way.
Well, you know, when the 9-hole hitter is swinging good, it rolls over to the top of the order, and you have multiple chances to score runs. But JaCoby seems to be just putting it in the seats. But that's a normal thing. I've always said a 9-hole hitter is basically just like a 1-hole hitter. You lead off the inning, you can, you know, create havoc. He can run, he can steal bases. And as you see, he's swinging really good right now. So as the lineup goes through it, I've always thought about that as a 9-hitter. You need somebody on there that can get on base, and he's doing really well.
Yeah, one of the reasons I asked that question is I'm sure fans and everybody are going to start to clamor every time somebody's hitting 9th, starts hitting well. They say, why is he hitting 9th? But that's the reason why, right? So you can keep it flowing.
Well, right now, I don't hear the fans, so I haven't heard them. So when I do start hearing it, I listen to them, because most of them are really smart. So, but I'm not hearing them right now, so I'm going with my own judgment.
Last thing for me, just on Matt Boyd, you know, watching him take a lot of time between pitches, very uncharacteristic of him. You think he's dealing with something, tired arm or anything like that? His velo's down a tick too.
It's all about pace and mechanics right now. Everything, you know, I think he might be overthinking things a little bit rather than just letting his catcher put down the sign and him making the pitch. And you'll be able to talk to him. Matty's he understands, and he knows he's going to be better. He's got to get better. The pace of the game was not good, and you know, 5 innings of a very slow pace, and him trying to figure things out. And you know, maybe it's as simple as just when the catcher puts a sign down, let's just shake yes and go and keep the game moving. That keeps your players in it.
Thank you.